A Day at the Range Challenge. Wow, does that ever sound relaxing and peaceful? It appears Sledgehammer Games thought they could soften the blow of this challenge with a laid-back name. They should have named it A Day in Hell, because that's what this challenge is. Hell. Get 10 Skeet Shooter medals with the crossbow. The reward for this challenge is the Cryptic Neptune camo. So this is the most requested crossbow camo challenge out there. I constantly find people asking how to accomplish this challenge. It's hard, yes, but it's not impossible. I just wanted to point out the fact that at least it's only 10 Skeet Shooters. Did you know that when Advanced Warfare first was released, every single camo challenge in the game had outrageous requirements? For example, for the crossbow you needed 500 long shots, 500 hipfire kills, 50 double kills, and 50 Skeet Shooters. Can you imagine having to get 500 long shots and 50 Skeet Shooter medals? We should at least be thankful they changed it after about a month to what it is now, 10. With my strategy, it's actually pretty easy to complete this challenge. In fact, I completed this faster than I did the 10 double kills. So first of all, let's just go over what a Skeet Shooter medal is. The official description says, killed an enemy that was in the air. I think a lot of people struggle with this challenge because they don't understand what you have to do here. So you would think, based on this description, that if you stuck someone with a crossbow bolt and then they jump in the air and explode, you'd get a Skeet Shooter medal, right? Because they technically died in the air, right? Wrong. So with the crossbow, the Skeet medal only counts if you hit them while they're in the air, not if you hit them while they're on the ground and they jump and die. If you manage to hit them while they're in the air and you're on the ground, it doesn't matter what they do after. They can hit the ground and run away, but it'll still count as a Skeet Shooter medal when they explode. So again, to clarify, a stuck enemy who is on the ground and then jumps in the air and dies does not count. A stuck enemy that was in mid-air and then falls to the ground, runs and explodes on the ground will count. So there are two ways to do this. The hard way, and then my strategy, which is the easy way. So let me briefly cover the hard way, which I suspect is how most people are attempting this challenge. Your goal with this method is to stick a person who is in mid-jump. Of course, that's easier said than done. In normal core modes, even if you do happen to stick an enemy that's in mid-air, you have the additional risk of having teammates gank your kill before the bolt explodes, rendering you skeetless. Your joy of finally sticking someone mid-air is quickly turned to horrified frustration as your 5 other teammates happily steal your kill. So to counter this, you'd have to play hardcore mode. And in hardcore, the stick itself is a kill, which means that there's no chance of your teammates stealing your kill. However, this is advanced warfare, where people are boosting so fast and constantly and in no predictable pattern. Rarely will you find someone that just boosts straight up in the air. No, they double boost, they dodge to the side, they ground slam, etc. It's impossible to know where they'll go once they launch into the air. So hitting someone in midair with a sniper rifle? Yeah, it's hard to anticipate, but once you aim at them and pull the trigger, you've got them. But hitting someone in midair with the crossbow? Nice try. You need to basically shoot 2 yards in front of them without knowing which direction they'll go, and good luck with that. So if you can't shoot them in midair, what do we do? Well, if you didn't catch my double kill video on the crossbow, allow me to enlighten you. If you're holding the crossbow and melee someone, not only does it count for a kill, and a hipfire kill at that, but it also can count towards getting these Skeet Shooter medals. Ideally, the goal is to catch your enemy right as they lift off for a boost jump. As soon as their feet leave the ground, catch them with a butter hook to the face and it'll give you a Skeet Shooter medal. Likewise, if you catch an enemy that has just boost jumped and is about to land, you can cold cock them then as well. So you can hit them right as they lift off or right before they land, as long as their feet are off the ground and they're boost jumping. So notice that I keep mentioning they have to boost jump. I'm sure I'm going to get a few comments saying that this doesn't always work, and this is true, technically. However, the reason it sometimes doesn't work is because they are simply jumping. A normal jump is not the same as a boost jump. A boost jump is executed with the exosuit, whereas a normal jump is not. As you can see here in this clip, the enemy jumps right in front of me and I quickly melee him as soon as his feet leave the ground. And as a result, I do not get a Skeet Shooter medal. As I mentioned, this was not a boost jump, but rather a normal jump. Don't worry though, not many people do normal jumps. You can tell if it's a boost jump because flares come out of the exosuit, which you can notice. A lot of people quickly notice that my tactics for the crossbow double kills can apply for this challenge too. If you haven't checked out my video on that challenge, I strongly suggest watching it after this video. A link will be in the outro as well as in the description. Basically, you want to just treat the crossbow as a knife and run around meleeing every enemy you see. Think about it. If you see a raving lunatic meleeing all over the place, what's your first instinct? To jump and get the hell out of there. And that's your opportunity to capitalize and earn a Skeet Shooter medal. Just go for the double kills and the Skeet Shooters at the same time by simply meleeing every enemy you see. Not only do you have the chance to get double kills, you also have the possibility that the enemy will jump, which of course will give you the Skeet Shooter medals. But you can add more strategy to the tactic than that. Think about locations and game modes where people are forced to jump. Now what should come to mind is uplink. Your goal should be to camp near your own uplink. This of course is where people more often than not will come and try to dunk it in. So play like a spider awaiting its prey in a web. As soon as you see someone running with the ball towards your goal, try to get right next to them and let them jump. Then melee them instantly. If you don't like uplink, what also works really well is to wait on top of buildings people like to jump onto, and then simply punch them right before they land. Some good maps for this are Comeback, Retreat, Recovery, Riot, and Terrace. On the map Riot, you can always count on people jumping on top of the prison buildings. And likewise, on Terrace, people love to boost jump off the top of the hardpoint buildings. For a class setup, I recommend the exact same class as I did for the double kill challenge. You'll want speed and stealth perks so that you're able to flank the enemy team. Then just pinpoint one player in particular and follow him from behind until he jumps and then punch him. Lightweight and overcharge are a must. The blind eye and blast suppressor perks are ideal for keeping you stealthy and immune to score streaks. Since we're utilizing the overcharge perk, you'll want to use 2 exo abilities. For certain, you need exo overclock. As for the second one, it's really up to you. In my opinion, exo cloak can work wonders, especially when you're hiding in wait and popping out to ambush your enemy. I also found exo stim to work well, simply because you're defenseless while you're stalking your enemies. Being able to absorb even 1 extra bullet might allow you to get that Skeet Shooter medal before dying. And there you go. Just run around knifing people in uplink with your crossbow out. It's really that easy. Make a perk heavy class with no primary and just the crossbow. Stalk the satellite and use overclock so you don't get left in the dust, and when they jump, you melee. Or get to one of the high points on a map and wait for someone to try and jump on the platform you're on and punch them. Likewise, you can wait for them to jump off the platform and then melee them as soon as they jump. Remember, don't get discouraged if sometimes it doesn't reward you with a Skeet Shooter medal, as that simply means they probably weren't boost jumping. Trust me when I say this challenge is a lot easier than everyone makes it out to be. As it's nearly impossible to reliably hit people in the air with actual bolts, simply punch away.